It was supposed to be the most embarrassing moment of my life. Instead, it ruined my privacy, destroyed my friendships, and somehow made me internet famous overnight. And honestly, sometimes I wish none of it ever happened. I'm Ethan. I'm 19, from Chicago, and before all this happened, I was the definition of invisible. Not bullied. Not popular. Just there. The kind of guy people forget exists the second you leave the room. I had maybe 2 real friends, terrible social skills, and exactly 43 followers on Instagram. Most of them were family members. Meanwhile, everyone around me seemed obsessed with attention. At my college, if you weren't posting gym selfies, relationship drama, or fake motivational content every 5 minutes, people acted like you didn't matter. Especially this one guy. Jake. Every college has a Jake. Perfect hair. Expensive clothes. Loud laugh. Thousands of followers online. Girls loved him, guys copied him, and professors somehow treated him like a celebrity. And for some reason, Jake loved humiliating quiet people. People like me. One Friday night, there was a huge party near campus. I didn't even want to go. But my roommate Tyler begged me. "Bro, you stay inside too much. Just come for 1 hour." Huge mistake. The second we walked in, I already felt uncomfortable. The music was shaking the walls, people were screaming over each other, and everywhere I looked, somebody was recording TikToks or live streaming themselves. I grabbed a soda and stayed near the kitchen hoping nobody would notice me. Then I heard Jake's voice. "Yo everybody, look who actually came outside." People laughed. I froze. Jake walked over with his phone camera pointed directly at my face. "Ethan, my guy," he smirked, "you lose a bet or something?" More laughter. I tried ignoring him. But Jake loved attention too much to stop. He suddenly grabbed a girl standing nearby and said loudly, "Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're getting Ethan his first girlfriend." Everybody started cheering and laughing. I wanted the floor to swallow me alive. The girl looked uncomfortable too. "Jake, stop," she whispered. But he kept going. "Come on Ethan, say something romantic." My hands were shaking at this point. People had their phones out recording everything. And honestly, something inside me snapped. Not in a cool movie main character way. More like years of frustration exploding at once. I looked directly at Jake and said, "You ever get tired of pretending to be happy all the time?" The room got weirdly quiet. Jake laughed awkwardly. "What?" I don't even know why I kept talking. Maybe because for once, everyone was actually listening. "You act confident online," I said, "but every person here knows your entire personality depends on strangers liking your posts." A few people stopped smiling. Jake's face changed. "You post fake motivational quotes every morning," I continued, "then treat real people like garbage in real life." Now the room was dead silent. Even the music suddenly felt quieter. Jake forced a laugh. "Bro thinks he's the Joker." But I wasn't done. "You know the sad part?" I said. "You're surrounded by hundreds of people every day, and I still think you're lonely." Nobody moved. Jake's smile disappeared completely. For the first time since I met him, he genuinely looked hurt. Then somebody in the back whispered, "Damn." And suddenly people started reacting. Some laughed. Some looked shocked. One guy literally yelled, "Ethan cooked him." Jake immediately turned off his camera. But it was too late. At least 10 people had already recorded everything. I went home feeling sick. Not proud. Not powerful. Just embarrassed. I kept replaying the moment in my head thinking, "Great. Now everybody thinks I'm weird." I turned my phone off and went to sleep. Worst mistake possible. Because when I woke up the next morning, my life was over. Or at least, the normal version of it was. I turned my phone on and instantly got hundreds of notifications. Texts, DMs, missed calls. At first I thought something terrible happened. Then Tyler ran into our room screaming, "Bro, you're famous." I sat up confused. What? He shoved his phone into my face. And there it was. A clip of me confronting Jake at the party. 10 million views overnight. I thought it was fake. Then I checked TikTok. The video was everywhere. People turned my face into memes. They clipped my lines with dramatic music. Comments were calling me the quiet guy villain arc. One comment had 400,000 likes. Bro spoke for every ignored kid ever. I just stared at the screen in shock. My followers jumped from 43 to 200,000 in less than 12 hours. People from completely different countries were reposting the clip. Even worse? Nobody cared about Jake anymore. The internet had chosen its new main character. Me. By Monday, campus felt completely different. People who ignored me for years suddenly acted friendly. Girls smiled at me in hallways. Random guys asked for selfies. One dude literally said, "Bro, your speech changed my life." Speech? I didn't even prepare what I said. I was just angry. But online, people turned it into some deep motivational moment. And honestly, the attention felt amazing at first. For the first time ever, people noticed me, listened to me, respected me. I started posting more videos. Nothing crazy. Just thoughts, daily life stuff, awkward humor. And somehow people loved it. Every post exploded. Brands started emailing me. Podcast invitations showed up. It happened so fast it didn't even feel real. But fame online is weird. Because people don't actually love you. They love the version of you they created in their head. And eventually, that becomes exhausting. A few weeks later, I saw Jake sitting alone outside campus. No friends around him. No loud energy. Just silence. Part of me wanted to ignore him after everything he did. But another part of me felt guilty. So I sat down nearby. Jake looked at me and laughed quietly. "Well," he said, "guess you won?" "I wasn't trying to win," I replied. He shrugged. "You destroyed me online." I stayed quiet. Because honestly, he wasn't completely wrong. After that video, Jake lost thousands of followers. People started calling him fake, toxic, narcissistic. Brands stopped working with him. Even his own friends distanced themselves. The internet that once loved him moved on instantly. Now they loved me instead. And someday, they'd probably replace me too. Jake looked down at his phone. "You know what sucks?" he said quietly. "What?" He gave a small bitter smile. The version of me people hated online wasn't even fully real. That sentence hit me hard. Because he was right. People online only saw tiny pieces of us. A 30-second clip. One moment. One mistake. One emotional reaction. And suddenly strangers think they know your entire soul. A month later, I was walking through downtown Chicago wearing a hoodie trying not to get recognized. But somebody still pointed at me. "Yo, isn't that the TikTok guy?" Two more people turned around. Then another. I quickly left the store feeling anxious. That's when I realized something terrifying. I couldn't go back to being invisible anymore. And weirdly, I missed it. I missed being able to exist without strangers watching me. Without comments judging my face, voice, clothes, personality. People online acted like fame solves loneliness. It doesn't. Sometimes it just turns loneliness public. One night, I opened my old Instagram account. 43 followers. Old gaming clips. Random blurry photos. Honestly? I looked happier back then. Not happier because life was perfect, but happier because life felt real. No pressure to perform. No audience waiting for content. No fear of becoming irrelevant. Just normal life. I sat there staring at my screen for a long time. Then I posted something simple. No dramatic music. No motivational speech. No fake deep quote. Just this. Don't build your entire self-worth from internet attention. People online can love you today and forget you tomorrow. That post became my most liked post ever. Ironically, it's been almost a year since the party. I still make content sometimes, but differently now. I stopped trying to act perfect online. Stopped chasing viral moments. Because I learned something the hard way. Fame isn't always about being special. Sometimes it's just about being seen at the right moment by the right people. And honestly, that can disappear overnight too. But the weirdest part? Sometimes I still think about that shy invisible guy standing alone in the kitchen before everything changed. And I wonder, if I could go back to that exact moment, would I stay quiet this time? Or would I still say everything I said to Jake? Honestly, I still don't know. So yeah, I accidentally became famous overnight. But the internet only saw one moment. They didn't see the anxiety, the pressure, the loneliness that came after all the views disappeared. And honestly, sometimes the people who look the happiest online are struggling the most in real life. So before you judge someone from a 30-second clip, remember this. Social media shows highlights, not the full story. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more real Reddit-style stories every week. And tell me in the comments, if you were in Ethan's place, would you have confronted Jake too?